Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. It is Wednesday morning, and I've got a beautiful episode for you today. It has been on the newsletter before, but we got such an awesome response to this that I wanted to share it with you guys on the podcast as well, because I know there are some crazy people out there who aren't subscribed to the newsletter. So, did I say it's been on the podcast before? I don't know. Anyway, so the newsletter is mrselfstories.com or mrselfstories.com because it's the same letters and it's very timely as well. So mrselfstories.com, head on over there, put your email address in, and I will send you an email every single day around about 7 o'clock. Today's email was all about implied affordability, something that we learned from Fred, the founder of Attic. And yes, I know in the newsletter I spelled Attic wrong. What a donut. And also the founder of Hold Self Storage. Right. So today, we're talking about propellers and anchors. And yes, I said anchors, not wankers. The amount of people who said to me, do you mean And I was like, no, I mean, has it been on the podcast before? It hasn't. A newsletter, it's been on LinkedIn, it's been on newsletter, and it hasn't been on the podcast, so we're good. We're golden. So this comes from a guy called Mike Green. Mike Green is a business coach, and he is helping people scale their businesses, etc. And basically, he likes people to work less as well and have a healthy work-life relationship. And I 100% agree. I think he's scaled many, many companies himself and exited, and he doesn't need the money anymore. So he just does it to help. I'm not, by the way, a client of his. My sister is, I believe, but I'm not. But I still listen to his podcast, and he's got some really, really good golden nuggets. So everybody in the business is either an anchor or a propeller. Now, an anchor, can imagine what an anchor is, has to be dragged along with every decision, dragging, kicking, screaming. You've got to use your energy to pull them along with you. You do not want them in your business. You do not want them. I've had many anchors in the business before. In fact, we've had an anchor in the storage business, and I didn't know there was an anchor until I have heard subsequently from staff that they actually was saying they was doing callbacks, but weren't doing callbacks. I mean, wow. I didn't know any of that. In fact, James actually knew about it, but didn't want to tell me, thought he could manage the position. And that for me is non-negotiable because I lose trust in that individual and for working. And I knew this person was in a bad area personally, and we tried to help and manage that situation, but I didn't know it infected the work as much as it did. And it really is, honestly, it is so true when you're talking about bad apples affecting people. And by the way, this person was a lovely, lovely person, absolutely lovely person, but just circumstances changed the way she showed up at work. And sorry, I still got a blooming cold. And that then that negativity impacted other people as well. And they became more negative, and it really does. So you don't want an anchor in your business. You want propellers people who push the business forward, who take your ideas and run with it, who you don't have to tell them twice or talk to them about. And the proactive rather than reactive. If you have propellers in your business, if every single person's a propeller, honestly, your business is absolutely unstoppable. And what I want you to do is look at yourself. Are you an anchor to the business or a propeller? And I'm not saying, by the way, that you should never, ever be an anchor for the business, because sometimes a business needs an anchor. A business needs someone to say, whoa. Is this a good decision? Is this a bad decision? Are we making the right move here? But we can't be anchors all the time. We have to be propellers the majority of the time. If we're not, we're holding the business back. And we don't want to do that. If all honesty, one of the reasons that I still pay Dan Bradbury 40 grand a year, whatever it is because I want him to pull me back sometimes, because I know that I can be like, it'll be all right. Let's just do it. Self-storage is brilliant. Let's open it here. Let's just do it. And sometimes I need him to say to me, Dean, wait a second. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad move, but I'm saying, let's think about it. Let's talk about it. Let's do cash flows. Let's do projections. Let's do all of it. Let's dive deep. What happens if you do not hit them? What do you do then? I'm like, shit, I've got no money, mate. And so that's why I do think having an anchor sometimes is important, but the majority of the time you need propellers. I put here, the growth of your business happens at such incredible speed when you have propellers in your organization. I would actually add that if you have people who are anchors, then you need to get rid of them as quickly as possible. In fact, I would double down on that. If you have somebody who's an anchor all the time, There's no question for me that that negativity doesn't belong in my ecosystem. It doesn't belong in our business. It doesn't belong in our team. And that is the same for you. I hear it all the time from people like Gary V. Hire fast. Fire fast. Hire, I don't know, whatever it is. Basically, fire fast and get rid of people as soon as you know that. And I never could. I was rubbish at that. It's not something I'm good at or comfortable with. But for you, for your business, and for them, by the way, that person who actually we didn't sack or anything, by the way, because I can't. That person, it wasn't right for them to work with us as well. It was right for them to move on. It wasn't because of us. It wasn't them. It was us. It wasn't us. It was so it wasn't right overall because they need to be at home more time with their family, and they need to pick up the kids from school, etc. And it just wasn't. It wasn't right. It wasn't connected, and we need to connect. And if we don't connect, then it can't. It's okay. It doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. They're good people. We're good people, but sometimes it's just not right. It might be the right timing. And so you owe it to them to set them free. And you owe it to yourself. You owe it to your business. You owe it to the other staff members as well, because don't forget that you are responsible for their mortgages, their expenses, their wages. And so you've got to do right for the business all the time. And so for me, you need to look at yourself. Are you an anchor in the business or a propeller? Are you pushing the business forward? Are you helping the business? Are you a positive impact in the business? Or are you an anchor? Do you need to change? And I just think that sometimes we need to think about this and really look at it with open, non-judgmental eyes for ourselves. I'm trying to think of other businesses. Was I an anchor or a propeller? Definitely at McDonald's. Yes, I worked at McDonald's. I had no stars. I did really, really good. I was an anchor. Why? Because I wasn't motivated. I didn't want to go. I hated it. I dreaded it. And as soon as I was there, I was counting down the hours so I could leave. And so I was definitely an anchor. Was I an anchor in the other businesses? We're working for my dad. Probably not. Anyway, and so yeah, have a look at yourself and question yourself. And it's always good just to sit back and think, am I doing the right thing? Am I showing up the best I possibly can be for the business, for me? Anyway, all right, that's it. I love you. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to do another episode now for tomorrow. I don't know what episodes I'm going to do next week. I might do more video content than podcast. I might, this next year, I want to really grow my YouTube channel, because at the minute, all I'm doing is banging on these videos on YouTube, and obviously they're getting like 2 and 3 views because I aren't really focused on it. And so now I'm going to start doing more YouTube only content. Obviously, I put it on LinkedIn as well, because that's how you guys see me. But I really, really want to grow the channel now. And I'll question myself, why do I want to do it? Why do I want to do it? I don't know. Maybe it is ego. I don't know. But I want to start growing it now. So yeah, at the minute, we're getting like 12, 14, 15,000 listens a month, which is awesome. I love it. But I want more. I don't know why. I feel like a social media whore now. Right. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.